Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So I put a poll on my Instagram to let you guys pick the next video, and it just went crazy for this kind of girly chit chat, keeping it nice and cash, get to know what I think of things, and I let you guys put the questions to me. Now some of these are a bit like, okay, I see you, like and then some are just a bit more casual, nothing too crazy. But I was actually quite nervous to film this, I'm not gonna lie. I was a bit my family watched this, you know, should I keep things a bit zip, but no, I'm gonna full on share with you guys. If you like this video, please give it a massive thumbs up, please subscribe, and I will obviously link my Instagram account as well. Make sure you're giving that a big follow. At the minute I am currently working with a brand called xoxo. I've got their hoodie on like strapped to me at the minute. I'm also going to be doing a video with them, a collaboration, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I've also got a couple of funny videos coming soon that I need to get up and edited and loaded, but I've just been mad busy at the moment, so do make sure you're subscribing, otherwise you're going to miss them, and I promise they are like low-key hilarious. So I think without further ado, let's just get straight into it. I feel like I need a drink. I was going to get a brew, but I feel like I need a G&T at the minute with these. So I've got my phone ready, I've screenshotted the questions that were the first, basically. I have flicked through them, so I've seen them. I haven't changed or edited any. I just kind of picked, there was quite a few, just picked the first handful basically, so there was no favoritism, it was completely just the first 13 messages that I've got. So let's just, oh no, I'm so scared. Okay, the first one's not too bad, not too crazy, I don't think. How often do you shave / shaving the lady garden, should we call it, the foo-foo? It depends if it's summer or not. So for my legs, usually in winter I'll do it like once a week. Yeah, summer it's usually every 2 days my legs, and pretty much every day with my armpit when I have my morning shower. When it comes to the golden area, should we call it, again it depends. I'd probably say on average once or twice a week. I mean, is that normal? Is that too much? I mean, I don't really know, no one's really asked me that. I don't like it when it gets too long, it gets really itchy and it annoys me. I do wear a lot of shorts when I'm at the gym and things, so you know, you don't want to be sumo deadlifting and just spiders legs everywhere doing that. I'd just be a little bit orcs. I mean, it really just depends. I mean, who even counts? I can't even, who even asks that? Like, it's each to their own, I think. So how often do girls crave sex? Again, I think that's personal preference. It depends if you're seeing someone. Like, if I'm seeing someone, I'm like constantly wanting to like jump the bones, but I think it kind of dulls off if you're single. I mean, I don't know, it depends what mood I'm in. How am I supposed to answer that? I'd probably say more often than you think, but you know, with a lot of girls it's not just a case of seeing something or watching porn and it being, oh my god, I'm so excited. Like, girls kind of get more turned on with, you know, and want sex when, you know, you see someone that you really fancy, or like, for example, if I had a boyfriend, if they were walking in front of me, that like in boxers, that'd be like, for me, whereas, you know, watching some film on the TV that's got sex in it obviously wouldn't do it for me. So I mean, I think boys definitely think about it more than girls, so it's hard to kind of put a time frame on it. It's just obviously depending on like the time of the month, you know, how tired I am, or you know, who I'm with. You know, when you're single, I don't think you crave it as much as you do when you're in a relationship, or I don't personally. I find it more when I'm in a relationship that it's like just like constantly, you know. So again, another rude one. Do you prefer a guy who takes control in the bedroom? Hell fucking yes. There is no bigger turn off than a guy that just kind of lies there and he's like, well, what do you want to do? Oh, like, no, I need someone that's just going to grab me and take control of the situation. Like, that is for me. I mean, it's definitely got to be equally as matched. I don't think it should always just be one way, but that's kind of how I've always found it is. So for me, I like someone that, like, if you can take control, like, oh, I am putty in your hands. That is just I think because I'm quite a fiery personality as well. Yeah, if you can take control, like, bitch, I'm yours. Okay, bringing the mood down a bit, no more sex. What's the worst thing a friend's ever done to you? Okay, let me just get my massive list out of what fake ass bitches have done to me. Probably the worst thing. I mean, I have a couple. Like, I've been left in a nightclub. Like, I've gone out with a group of girls and we've gone to a nightclub and I didn't know the area. And they were like, oh, let's go to the toilet. So I was like, right, well, there's not enough cubicles, like, I'll go next, no big deal kind of thing. And then I go in and they come up, like, go to the toilet, have a wee, whatever, come back out and they're gone. And I was ringing them all and I'm like, where are you? Couldn't get hold of any of them. Like, they'd full on just gone to another club, not even told me about it. Shady as, never spoke to them again. Another thing a friend's also done that kind of sticks in my head as well as that incident is I was away again with a group of girls, and I think it was my first holiday or maybe second, I can't remember, and I got away with a couple of my friends, and one of my friends was friends with someone that I didn't really like, and she messaged this other girl that I was with and was like, oh, why don't you take a picture of Courtney in a bikini and send it to me and we can all laugh at her. And I was like, bitch, like, why are you gonna laugh at me? Like, I'm a size 8, I was really fit and healthy at this point, like I was in the prime of my life. I think I was about 19, 20. I was absolutely athletic as anything, like I looked hella freaking hot in a bikini, and she was just like, oh, let's take a picture and we'll bitch about her. And I was like, if you take a picture of me, I will literally wrap that phone around your head. Period. But she was actually full on contemplating doing it behind my back. I kind of wish she did now, because then I'd look well cute in it, so. Joke's on you, bitch. Joke's on you. But now, never spoke to him again after that either, so. Who does your hair? I love it. Thanks, Auntie Kim, you know it's you. Best hairdresser, Burley Blue hairdressing or whatever. I will tag her Instagram. I'll tag her Instagram and a Facebook because she is the absolute bomb dig when it comes to my hair. Like, I am so fussy with my hair. I change it all the time and then hate it and then want to go back blonde. Put fringe in, don't like fringe. I change it up a lot and she is just amazeballs. Have you ever had anxiety? Now that is actually a really good question. I suffered from anxiety with an ex-boyfriend of mine. It was quite a few years ago now. So I was quite young when we were together, and I'd never suffered from anxiety before, so I could never understand what people were going on about. You know, I was sympathetic, but I could never say that I felt anxious about anything. And he suffered from a few things, we'll say, and that kind of bred with me. That kind of, I started feeding into that negativity, and then when we split up, like, I just suffered from depression and anxiety, and it was the worst time of my life, and it did take me a while to kind of get over that and move on from it and then sort of be okay with myself. And then I think from then, you know, when I was on medication for about 2 weeks to kind of help me deal with the anxiety, I think from then I do get anxious about certain things, more to do with work than like individual people, or like me thinking, oh, she's looking at me or he's looking at me, things like that. It is mainly more work anxiety, which I think is kind of normal in a stressful job. But since that incident, I have had anxiety quite a lot. You know, I'm not on medication anymore, I kind of just deal with it myself. I've had counselling from it to learn how to deal with it and to understand that it is so normal and so common for people to have anxiety, and it's nothing to be ashamed about. And I think people should talk about it a lot more than they do. You know, I think until you've experienced it, you don't understand and you are naive to it. But I just think people need to be a bit more open and understanding to other people's needs. And anxiety is horrible. Like, there's nothing worse than sitting there and you just get that feeling that someone's going to tell you that someone's died. So to me, it always feels like someone's going to come in and say, your mum's died. That sinking feeling in my heart is kind of what anxiety is for me. I think it's a bit different for everybody else, but that is obviously my emotion with it. And yeah, I just kind of suffer with thinking that I'm not good enough, you know, especially when you see all these people on social media. I'm guilty as charged that I sit there and look at the most stunning Instagrammers and these Love Islanders that are absolutely beautiful, and itty bitty waist and sit there and I'm like, oh, well, no one's gonna want me because they can have those kind of girls, you know. And it's just dealing with that and accepting that that's not true, and you know, we are very harsh on ourselves, and just gotta give more self-love. Self-love, I'm all about the self-love at the minute. So what gives you the ick? Let me get my fucking list out. Okay, someone that smokes, that is a bit of an ick for me because I just don't like the smell of it. White jeans and an ego, don't do that. I don't do someone that's cocky, that's like, oh, I could sleep with you and all your mates. Like, mate. Mummy's boys, dated a mummy's boy, worst mistake. Do not do it, period. Don't date a mummy's boy. I don't like a lot of things. I find icks in everybody. I think that's just maybe me being a bit too judgmental, but can't help it. I mean, I'm sure people find icks in me, but I think they're probably my main ones. It's the ego thing that does it for me. There's nothing worse than someone that's got this massive bloody ego and that's like, nah babes, no babes, no. Obviously people with horrible teeth. I think that's kind of standard for everyone. No one wants to really kiss someone that's got like minging yellow teeth or like no teeth. I think that's probably about it. Without being too picky. Like, they're kind of the main things that I would say that gives me the... Oh, how do you deal with bitch girls? Do you think I mean bitchy girls? Just cut them out of your life. Snip, snip. You don't need that negativity in your life. You don't need people that are going to bring you down and make you feel shit and bitch about you. You need to surround yourself with good energy people, you know, because you're going to feed off that and you're going to start turning into those people, and that's not what you want. Everyone should be kind. I don't know why people are so mean, so... To deal with them, I mean, I have had my fair share of bitches. I would always recommend kind of pulling the person or the girls up first, and you know, because sometimes they don't mean to be bitchy and they're not realising that they're actually being bitchy. Then they carry on and they make any sort of sarky comments, then you know where you stand. Just cut them out of your life, just block them on everything and say, I don't want to speak to you, you're a nasty ass person. And close the door on that friendship, get rid of it. Honestly, there's so many nice girls out there. How do you deal with bad relationships / what has been your worst relationship? All of them, hence why I'm single. No, joking. Some of them have actually been okay. Obviously not worked out, but that is life. We don't cry over it. Again, it's very much like with the fake girls. To deal with fake, like bad relationships, I think the key is communication. You've got to tell your partner how you feel and not just go in a mood with them or, you know, lose your temper over silly things. You have got to have that trust and balance in your relationship, but I also think the other person's got to meet you halfway. So if you're feeling like it is all one way, which is what I've kind of experienced a lot, then you know it's not going to work, and it is probably one of those bad relationships that you just like see your kind of vibes. In terms of getting out of a relationship, you've just got to walk away. It is probably one of the hardest things you're going to do, but you will feel so much better for it. You've just got to do it, and you've got to do it in your own time. No matter how many times people tell you, he's bad for you, you need to walk away, you need to do this, you need to do that. Your friends and family pestering you and telling you that you need to do it. Like, you have to do it in your own time. If you don't feel like you're strong enough to walk away from that relationship, you're probably going to end up back with him. In terms of a bad relationship for me, I mean, I'm obviously not going to name drop because he'll know exactly who he is. And I don't want, you know, he's in his lane and I'm in mine kind of thing, and I don't want to throw any kind of shade out there. But there was this one guy that was really kind of mentally abusing with me, you know, we'd never go out on dates. You know, he left me in a bar once. He was like, you know, meet me at XYZ at this time, and I was like, okay, yeah, look. You know, I got glammed to the nines. I went there, waited 3 hours, was ringing him, texting him, I wasn't answering. So I was like, right, I'm going home, it's like an hour journey, you know, I've full on made the effort and he can't be asked. See you later. Blocked him, was like, I don't want anything to do with you. And then he turned up at my house with a pot noodle. Fuck, a pot noodle. Like, come on now. It wasn't even a big one, it wasn't even king size, it was just some little stubby ones. I was like, I'm so sorry, have you had any tea? And I'm like, no, I've not had any tea because I was waiting for you. Duh. Then I ended up staying with him for like 12 months, so that should have set the tone for the relationship right there. That is kind of how the whole relationship was. What's your opinion on OnlyFans? Would I do it? Probably not. But if that is how you make your money, then girl, I'm all for it. Like, I wish I could do it. I wish I had the balls to do things like that. I wish I was a bit more confident in the fact that, you know, I just strip off. And I mean, if that's what you want to do, like, I'm all for it. Your body, do what you want. I am not here to judge. I think you should do whatever earns your dollar, girl. What are red flags that you look for? So that in a relationship or with friends, when it comes to friends, it's straight away if it's one way. Like, if it's always me going to them, me going to the pub near them, me doing this with them, like them never meeting me halfway and coming to me, then that is a massive red flag for your friends. In terms of relationships, exact same thing. If it's always you chasing them and always you pursuing them, then that's a huge red flag right there. If they're very secretive, you know, if you've not met the family, which I've experienced before. I was with someone for 12 months and never met any of the family or friends. That should be a red flag right there. If he's always hanging around with his friends and doesn't kind of put that one-to-one quality time with you, red flag straight away. You know, if he's gonna put you third, fourth, fifth best, I ain't a relationship, babes. That's a friendship. Like, there's the door. Someone that's a bit more manipulative, so with the way that they say things that make you feel uncomfortable, that's like a huge red flag. For example, like, oh, you're wearing that dress. Like, yes, I'm wearing the dress. What is the problem? Like, oh, do you not think that's a bit too short? It's a bit too revealing. Like, no, it's not. It's my body, not yours. Is all the questions that we have time for today. Maybe next time we can get a bit more juicier, but you guys have to ask me the questions, so you do need to make sure that you're following my Instagram, otherwise you're going to miss out on things like this. Like, you're gonna be so upset in being able to miss out on asking me some personal questions, some TMI questions. A massive thank you to everyone that does watch my videos and that has subscribed. I love you all so much. Make sure you tell everyone about these videos. We're here for the love. I'm here to share everything with you guys. Nothing is off the table. And like I said, make sure you follow my Instagram account so you can keep up with these kind of post videos. And yeah, I think I'll just see you in the next video.